What's good? What's good? I am your host, Jason J. Will Does It, and I got my guy, Mr. What will he be today?
Every time I hear this lady search record in progress, I think
The feds is watching and listening.
no, or she like a sneaky librarian or something.
A sneaky librarian?
Yeah.
Nigga, what type of shit you want? Talking about some sneaky librarian.
Now, hold on, let me grab my water right quick. I'll be real. Hold on 1 second.
Gotcha. I'm back on your TV screen. Gotcha. There we go. So, what question you had to ask me? That's way much better.
We can do the intro, and we'll get into it.
Gotcha. What's good? What's good? I am your host, Jason J. Will Does It, and I got my guy, new in the bucket hat business. He got a new reversible bucket hat on you. Ivan, the Grizzly, the Great.
What it do?
What's good, sir?
Man,
What's
life
good
is
with
good,
you?
man. Got no complaints, brother. How about you?
I say no major complaints, but I come to the realization I think I'm turning into a grumpy old man.
Oh, you just not figuring that out?
I'm fussing at everything, man. I'm fussing at everything. Why is it raining? It's gonna rain all week. I'm fussing about the rain. I'm fussing about how the kids out in the streets driving. I'm fussing at the TV, the news, fussing about the price of gas.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The man turned to Mr. Furley.
Hey.
Hold on. Go ahead. Keep talking. I'm making sure my power is still got my power still plugged in over here.
Man, if you don't plug it into an outlet, man, I told you about going over to these thoughts houses while you're trying to pause.
Man, if you don't cut that out, if you don't cut that out, sir, you way out of line. You out of line like Chad Ochocinco was last night for getting in the ring with dude. I take that back. He wasn't out of line though.
Yeah, how am I out of line? I think you might be telling on yourself if you're saying out of line. I'm just saying, hey, I'm just saying out of randomness.
Nah,
but yeah, Ochocinco
got that man legs like some that man legs look like some crab legs. Like some crab legs before they get ready to get cracked up and dipped in butter.
This nigga got sprung on when he got up. This nigga went to go dap the nigga. He didn't know where he was at. He was like, hey, good. Oh, we not playing football? What's going on? Give me a bucket of fries, 2 chillins, and some sunflower seeds. Oh, we still fight? I think he did pretty good though. I think he did pretty good.
He did pretty good, man. He did good, man. That's why I said about like he tried something that he wanted to do, and he's like, hey man, I wanted to try and see if I could get out there and give it a go. You know what I mean? And
Right.
dude caught him. I think he caught dude a couple times, but he's like, when he caught me, I went down, I got back up. You know, um, sometimes you go out there and try, and you see it ain't for you, or you see it ain't really something you need to be doing.
Right.
It could be worse. And but yeah, shout out to Chad Ochocinco, man, for giving a nice little run on that undercard for Floyd though.
Actually, yeah. Let me go on and say we are there off on the tangent podcast. As you can see, we're already about to get on the tangent. This is about to be episode. What is this? Episode 87. This will be episode 87. Give a shout out to the viewers and listeners. Thank you. We really do appreciate you.
Absolutely.
even if it just touches one ear and listen, we do appreciate that. So continue to take our journey.
Absolutely.
Continue to take our journey with us, and like I said, thank you. But yeah, sure. I did want to talk about the Mayweather fight. Does it weird you out that Floyd Mayweather out here looking like Adrian Broner?
Not really.
Not really. One
he's retired, so he's retired now. You know what I mean?
He spent some change on some hair plugs, mind you.
Okay.
Yeah, this nigga went and got hair plugs all over his head, and he's never grown a full beard, so he's gotten hair plugs for that shit. So he out here looking like Adrian Broner. That part just weirded me out altogether. One, he's just out here looking like Adrian Broner with the beard. But
yeah,
I will say that who is it? Logan Paul or Jake Paul? Who was? Which one was it?
Oh man, if you had to ask me, I would have been able to tell you. I think it was one of them Pauls, man. Like I really can't tell apart sometimes. I think it was Jake Paul.
I think he surprised a lot of people. I don't think he did too bad.
Yeah. Well, that's what Floyd said.
He did pretty good. That's why
he was like, yeah.
Most of it is he was quicker than Floyd Mayweather thought. Because there was a couple of them shots Mayweather threw that should have landed, and dude was a little quick.
Yeah.
Coming up out of that joint. So I would say it was a pretty good exhibition.
Yeah.
It frustrated me. It frustrated me like I'm sure it frustrated Mayweather. Like he couldn't land some of his shots like he really wanted to or whatever like that. But it was a pretty good exhibition.
Well, I mean, obviously, you're talking, you got one of the absolute greatest boxers of all time versus a novice boxer. A guy that's basically kind of just started, but I mean, he's boxed in matches before, whatever. So Floyd can't really give him the whole.
I should have been in that fight.
You know what I'm saying? He really can't give him the whole menu because really Floyd gives him the real deal.
Holyfield.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he hits this dude and busts a blood vessel in his head or something crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, or something crazy. Then it's like, okay, Floyd, like that's why exhibition, we're not gonna throw certain punches, like we're gonna do a little dancing or whatever, and then we'll throw a little bit.
That nigga was throwing all the punches. He was throwing the real punches. He was throwing the body shots, all them shits.
Yeah, but not like I what I did after that that Tyson, the last exhibition with Tyson, Mike Tyson, and what was his name?
Roy Jones.
And Roy Jones. I've been listening to a lot of Tyson's podcasts, and I've just been listening to more stuff about boxing in general. And even Tyson himself says, like, in exhibition matches, you can't, like, unless you don't want to fight again, like you can't be as aggressive and throw your heaviest hitting punches and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Shit, the Paul
Because
dude
this is
was.
is nah
That's
nah
why.
nah
That's
nah
why. Hey, you can. Hey, if you go back and look at that, John, you can
nah
look
nah
and
nah.
tell
Yeah, no
at
no. We're
points where
talking. We
Mayweather
talking.
was like, "I bet."
Yeah, but not over the course of the fight. You know, different points in the fight. Yeah, but
Because
not over the
it was
course
a
of the
point
fight.
that I think he did knock dude out. It was like a point like he landed left hook. He landed a
So
left hook
so
and he kind of stunned dude. I can't think it was Jake Paul, but Paul, whatever the Paul dude
yeah
name is.
yeah.
And he kind of like held his forearm to his throat at the
Yeah,
same. Mayweather held it like this. He was
yeah,
holding him up. If he didn't hold him
yeah,
up, dude probably would have fell out. He stunned him for a
yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah. So I put it to you like Tyson said. He said basically you are you're holding punches. You know what I'm saying? You're holding punches. It's an exhibition. Because nobody wants the situation like in the Rocky movie with Drago and Creed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, we're gonna box some, but it's different than you actually fighting for a, a purse or you're fighting for like a belt or something like that, where it's basically like, okay, you going out here as mano a mano straight from beginning to end. This is what we're fighting for. Is wide open. During exhibitions, if you don't want to lose your license, like you can't throw certain punches. Like you gotta hold punches. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you can box. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be some times you can box and stuff. Like when Ojo Cinco got hit, right?
Mhm.
He took a nice shot. It was enough to knock him down, but it wasn't anything where he wasn't getting up off the mat. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It
I
wasn't, and
got
he
you.
wasn't gonna be in a situation where he was gonna be down there and they was gonna be like, look, we gotta, because in all honesty, like Floyd Mayweather probably could have knocked dude out. He probably could have knocked dude out in the first round if he wanted to. Like if he really, really wanted to catch him and knock him out, he probably
Mm,
could. You know what I'm
Mayweather ain't
saying?
that type of fighter. Mayweather got
But
to
that's
get
what I'm
a
saying. Here,
Mayweather got
here,
to
here
feel you out
that's what,
first round. Pause.
but hear what I'm saying. But hear what I'm saying. If he wanted to, because he's a guy that's been boxing for 30 some odd years.
But that's what
Remember
I'm
when
saying.
Floyd
He ain't never knocked nobody
early,
out in the first round. Is what I'm
well,
saying.
well, Floyd early in his career was more of a puncher earlier in his fights.
True.
He learned to be more of a strategic, I'm gonna wear you down, let you wear yourself down, defensive type of boxer.
But
You know what I'm saying?
what I'm saying, the type of boxer that he is, he's always got a feel of you the first round. So he's never
But
a
that's
first
but that's
round
but that's
boxer.
but that's against other boxers. This guy isn't a career boxer.
Got you. I
So
see
if
what
I
you're saying.
hop in the ring, if I hop in the ring, if I hop on a song with a rapper, like
Man, I
who's a
don't even
rapper,
like Chris
right?
Paul and that nigga cold, man. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm
Oh,
finishing up looking at
oh,
the
okay.
playoffs. I don't even. I was
Oh,
just
okay.
saying I don't even like Chris Paul, but that nigga cold right now in the playoffs.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
we'll catch that in a minute. So that's the other
Yeah.
Paul we'll talk about. But if I hop on a song with a rapper and I'm, like I've been listening to hip hop my whole life, but I may have a few bars, but this is a person who's been doing this here like career. Like they could eat me up anytime. You know what I'm saying? But they like I'm gonna let him get off a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let him get off a bit. Like he act. It's a pie ass dude, or hop on here and I'm gonna let him. I'm not gonna pull out. I'm not gonna put out my hottest 16 and embarrass him like that. It's just an exhibition. Like this is a promo song for
Hey yo,
you know what I'm saying, a new TV show. So I'm not gonna slaughter him. You know what I mean? So that's the way I feel about that. Like, yeah, Jake Paul probably did better than Floyd expected him to, because a lot of people expected Jake Paul to just go out there and embarrass himself, or like at some point in time get completely knocked out where he was passed out. You know what I'm saying? Because I think everybody wanted to see that. In all honesty, But you
Yeah.
know, a veteran boxer, especially at 43 years old, he probably ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Floyd ain't gonna go out there and just put like overly exert all his energy when he know he making $120 million in like 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
You know
that
what I
nigga
mean?
made
So it's like, okay,
there
man, like,
was
hey, we're
$20
gonna go out
million.
here. That's what I'm saying.
I
That's what
don't
I was
really pocket
saying.
watch, but
He ain't.
I think he got $20 million from this jump.
Who you talking about? Logan Paul, or I mean,
No,
yeah, Jake
Mayweather.
Paul, whatever his name is.
No, I'm saying
No, Mayweather made
Mayweather got.
He made 100. He made $120 million from this fight. 120 million. I
Oh,
was
you
just
know what?
reading earlier. Yeah, he made
that's
120
that's
million.
from the sponsors. So I
Yeah,
guess
that's from
he already had the BET online
right,
mask. He had an
right,
OnlyFans hat on.
right,
He
right.
had something else on. Then of course Cash App was involved. DraftKings.
Square, all of it. Mm-hmm.
Who else? So all of those people involved paid him. So yeah, all right, I can see
MGM.
that.
Oh yeah, MGM. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I made 30 million before we even got in the ring together. When we first started talking about doing it, he was like, like all that stuff started rolling in then, because like who doesn't want to be attached to a Floyd Mayweather ticket? Because history tells us, regardless of who he's fighting, people are going to watch him fight somebody, even at his age, and he knows that now. You know what I'm saying? Like if Floyd said, I'm going to fight Jason Williams from Memphis, Tennessee, and people are like, man, who is Jason Williams? Oh, okay.
Right.
Like, first of all, Jason Williams going to make 30 million. You know what I'm saying? He gonna train for a year. He finna make 30 million, and Floyd gonna make 130 million.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
what people don't talk about though is like, all right, so Mayweather, the entity, is making some money, but ain't nobody also talking about the money team. That entity is making some money along with their joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He got like several other businesses. Like, all right, so if you come in as Blue Jay Boxing, Blue Jay Boxing team, and then Jay Will, both getting paid. The boxer getting paid in Blue Jay Boxing team.
Right. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Yeah.
I'm sleeping on my money, my business ideas. Hey, you know what? When we get off of here, we really gonna have to pick up the phone and rap, my nigga. I'm talking about for real.
Mm-hmm.
Since you do have the business acumen and all that other type of stuff, I need to get real more serious about my businesses. Cause just looking at everything in front of me, and I'm like, I can see behind the curtain sometimes pretty much now. And I'm like, so this nigga made money this way. He made money 4 ways.
Yeah. But that's all he's doing is what Don King did.
His
with
company,
De La Hoya's, you know,
his
and
company
all of
is
them,
paying him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But it's all him.
Yeah, but that's what you do. Like
You
you're an
paying
employee.
yourself.
You're employed at your own company. Yeah. It's no
So he can have he can have the 3 businesses. The companies are paying the 3 businesses that are also paying him.
Yeah.
All right. Ace, this is brand new to me. Like, I know some of it. I ain't never went to business school or business college or anything like that. So all of this is all falling like dominoes. I'm like, okay. Like you might have some businesses going, but as far as how you go through the process of paying yourself and you see it, okay, all right, I see it now. Yeah. I wasn't seeing it before.
I mean, but that's what you. That's how you. But you know, we'll talk about that.
Because usually you just see, that's what you do. You just know like
you're employed by that business.
The business is making money. You're not thinking of the business has to pay you. things of that nature. But okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. Because I mean, you are supposed to pay yourself anyway. You know what I mean? You're always supposed to pay yourself.
But what
You
I'm
just in
saying
that
too is
situation
like in this situation though, the business is paying the money team and also Mayweather.
yeah,
Is what
I
I'm
get it.
saying.
I totally get it. I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Not like the business is paying the money team and then the money team is paying him. They're both entities are getting a check cut.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's a lot of different ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do it that way, you can do it the other, whatever. That's
And
just the
see,
way
he
that he
can't
has
do
it
it
set
because
up.
he knows the money he's gonna draw. He's like, hey, all right, the money team gets this gets this, and this gets that. If we finna do business.
Right.
So yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Bet that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all that needs to be said. Bet that.
Yeah. You know, it's all about ownership, all
I
about
see
management.
sea of green sky. I see it all, my nigga.
This man here. Louis Armstrong looking at it. Oh man. Speaking of you said you
Of the pause.
start. Yeah, but yes, with that, and then I got something else right after that we gotta talk about that I saw earlier.
What was that?
But Chris Paul though, man, Chris Paul is man, that dude's like, I don't know. I think he's found a second or third win in Phoenix, man, and I hadn't caught the rest of the game, but I don't know. You could tell me. Did they have they won?
He's found a team that's willing to be led by him.
Yeah, being led by him. That's true. That's true. Did they win tonight or?
Yeah.
Have they? Yeah, man. Shout out to Cameron Payne too, man. Memphis on Cameron Payne, man, been balling for Phoenix.
Cause
Like
one,
been doing this thing.
I think Chris Paul has put in their head like, hey, this is your time. You ain't gonna get no other times, nigga.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking up, no fucking off. This is it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, they balling, man.
Man, I think Cam is up for a contract after this season. I think no, this is year this is year 6 for Devin Booker. But Devin Booker's balling, man. Like he's killing it. It's just like, man, you know, playing with you got this veteran point guard and you a PG and you know, you're a scorer or whatever, and you got a chance to play with one of the best, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In your career, like early in your career, you get a chance to play with one of the guys that, you know, the last 15 years, 20 years, you know, he's one of the top dudes. So you can't, man. It's gonna be a good series. I'm favoring Phoenix to win the series myself personally, but it's gonna be a good series. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good series. You know, a lot of other stuff. Brooklyn blew Milwaukee out.
My nigga,
Like,
dude. At one point, the lead, they had a 49-point lead on these niggas.
Yeah.
49 without Harden. Without Harden.
Yeah, without James. Yeah, that's without James Harden. Yeah. And Milwaukee's whole team is healthy.
Man.
The whole team is healthy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Their whole team is healthy. Like, they ain't missing nobody. So you can't, I don't know about that. Like,
Blake Griffin out here shooting threes.
How you get served up like that?
Hey, no, they got served up like they hibachi.
Dunking on people. Man, for real. Man, for real. Like, Blake Griffin back out there dunking on 2 people. Like, I'm like, look at Blake Griffin, dog. Like,
yep.
Like
shooting threes. He back out
punching
there
on
like
folks
rookie
again,
Blake.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. He back out there like LA Clipper Blake, you know what I mean? But I think it's gonna be Brooklyn. It's either gonna be Brooklyn, Phoenix, or Brooklyn, Utah. That's what I think. It's gonna be Brooklyn, Phoenix, Brooklyn, Utah. One of those.
You
Well,
talking
I
about
know
what, the
Brooklyn's
finals?
coming out of the East. Yeah. Brooklyn's coming out of the East. Um,
Okay,
Milwaukee's not
so
gonna beat them in this series. Milwaukee ain't gonna win this series.
I don't think you can come back
And
from 49-point loss.
first game 49. Like you can, but like it's just something in your head now. We got blew out by 50 points. We're getting beat by 50 points in a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a regular season blowout. And you
Right.
got 3 people out injured or something. You know what I'm saying? That's like when you in the middle of the season and 3 of your starters are out injured. No, the whole team played. Like everybody's healthy. Giannis, everybody, like, and you
Everybody.
get blown. Like, there's no way. If I'm Giannis, I'm letting my team get blowed out by 49 points. There's no way I'm letting that happen. I'm finna foul out. Like, I'm gonna foul out. Like,
Philly
I'm gonna
lost
foul out.
too.
Well, here's the thing about that. Atlanta is a lot better than people thought. They're a lot better than people thought.
One, I think it's because Atlanta's games really ain't been. I think Atlanta's games really ain't been televised a lot. So I don't really think that I don't even think we're even privy to know everybody who's on the roster until like now. The only person that we knew of was Trae Young. And now
like,
that Trae Young and Capella. But outside of that, now that you're seeing everybody, I'm like, man, this squad's kind of cold, to the simple fact that they whooping on Philly. Well, Embiid hurt though, right? He didn't play?
No, he played Sunday. He played Sunday, but he probably shouldn't have, though. He probably shouldn't have played. He probably should have rested because that was just game 1. You know what I mean? He was pretty much a non-factor in that game.
Well, sometimes you want to play to make some type of a statement, or
game one. Nah. That's because what it is. I mean, now he's played and he's exerted all that energy and given all his everything, and they lost. And now he's got to play game 2. Like, he can't rest now. He got to play game 2. He got to play game 3. You know what I'm saying? He can't sit those games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you sit game 1 and be like, okay, I'm gonna sit game 1.
Shit, but you don't want to sit game 1. You might get 49. You might get beat by 49.
But check it out though. But that's game 1 with your best player on the bench, not on the floor. Man. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Let me rest and let me rehab. Let me rest so I can be ready for game 2, so I can come out and I can still, like, let me steal this rest time because I ain't gonna really be able to get no more. So let me go and steal one game. Like, we win this game, okay, cool. Like, cool. But if we lose it, it's like, okay, we down 1-0. So we still got to come back to, like, they still got to go back to no, because Atlanta stole home court advantage now. So I think they got to go to Atlanta now, I think.
Now the first two games in Philly still. All that means is game 7 just gonna be in Atlanta, not in Philly.
You're right. Exactly.
So what you said, with you saying that, what do you think, or what does that say about Milwaukee, or how do you feel that this loss that they just took affects them?
Well, it all depends, though, Jay. Like,
cause you're saying it's just game 1, but at the same time, this is game 1. These niggas get stomped in their face.
Right, but it's different. It's different for different players and different teams.
Without a star player.
It's right, but I'm saying it tells you, like, well, no, you saying, oh yeah, Brooklyn.
I'm talking about Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I mean, they
yeah,
lost by.
well,
They had a 49 point. They
yeah,
had
but
40. They were losing by 49 points without one of their star players.
yeah, but you still have to remember though, Brooklyn's team is made up of good players. Like Brooklyn's team is made up of really good players, and they're
And they
deep.
talking about Brown gonna be back next
Yeah,
game.
and they're deep. They're a deep team. So they're playing like eight. They playing like 8 or 9 people.
Man, Kevin
You got
Durant and
Kevin
Kyrie
Durant
got
and
some
Kyrie.
ugly ass shoes, man. I'm sorry, both of them shoes ugly
Yeah,
as fuck.
but who cares? Like right now, we don't care about the shoes, because they still selling them joints, by the way. But you got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Like they human scoring machine. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't stop them, you got Durant dropping 32, you got Kyrie dropping 28 or whatever the case is, and then you get a couple more guys off the bench that's scoring. Blake Griffin with like 19 points or something like that. Like, and if you're not
that's the
playing no
thing.
defense, like if you're not scoring points on your end, yeah, you're gonna be down by 40 quick.
And see, that's the
You know
thing.
what I'm
Like
saying?
everybody scoring. Like even this little white boy, I don't even know who this nigga was. This nigga was hooping. This little white boy hooping. Blake Griffin out here. I think that nigga scored like 30 points.
Yeah, you might be talking about Joe Harris. I think you're probably talking about Joe Harris. I think it's Joe Harris.
So yeah, that man, he out here, he done scored. He out here hooping. Him and Holiday up with the defense. Blake Griffin out here, I think that nigga scored like 30 points, raining threes and everything like that. So it was like everybody clicking. So yeah. I still miss Jared Allen though. I still wish Jared Allen was on the team though.
Somebody they was talking about I forgot what team was talking about signing him, but I mean you can either, and there's been some teams that have gotten blowed out the first game of like a semifinal. It's up to the coaching staff, it's up to the best players on that team to say, okay, we got hit in the mouth, right? And we got our teeth knocked out the first game, right? So how we gonna respond to this? We gonna come back? We gonna come back and like take it to them like right off the bat? And if they just a better team, they're just a better team. But in my opinion,
that was game 2, right? They had the
that was game 1. That was game 1, I think.
Are you sure?
I don't think that was 2-0. Because game 1 in Philly and Atlanta was just Sunday.
No.
That was the first game of that series.
No, I'm talking. I thought we were talking about Brooklyn.
No. We are. I'm saying game 1, Eastern Conference semifinals was Sunday. Today is Monday. So Brooklyn, Milwaukee, game 1 tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So you
got. I don't know,
games.
man. For some reason, I'm looking at this joint. We're showing the replay, and that joint say 1-0, but I don't know.
Yeah, 1-0.
Dude.
Yeah, because they just beat what's
the first game. Okay. The first game they played, Harden had pulled his hamstring. Correct. That's the first game. This is the second game.
No, I thought Harden pulled his hamstring the last game of that other series. I could be wrong though.
No, he pulled his hamstring first game of Milwaukee. So this is the second game, so it's 2-0.
Oh, okay. Well, 2-0 then.
So you lose. So you have a 49.
Nobody's surprised. I don't think nobody's surprised by that though. Nobody ain't surprised by it though, Jay. Ain't nobody surprised by it. Like I said, you got the highest scoring offense, basically besides Utah in the league, against a team who is basically one-dimensional, maybe two-dimensional. So if Giannis only got 13 points and Middleton has only got like 17 or 18, and they got one other guy that's in double digits and that's it, like you still got Kevin Durant, you still got Kyrie Irving, you still got Blake Griffin off the bench, you still got Joe Harris and them other guys. Like there's really not a big shock that they dropped, like they went down about 49. You know what I'm saying?
But
it's really not a big shock.
Milwaukee got Okay, Giannis. You got Holiday. You got Middleton.
They ain't got scoring like that. They ain't got scoring like that.
And Lopez.
Nah. Brook Lopez been in league. Brook Lopez been in league 12, 13 years.
Okay, what that mean? He can't score?
Nah.
Cause he been scoring.
Yeah, but not like that, bro. We talking Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, okay? Like they gonna go off for 30 apiece. And then them other dudes coming off the bench is what kills you. If you don't match that scoring, if you don't score like that, and Milwaukee doesn't score like that. They don't. They don't score like that. They get stops, they play defense and whatnot, but they don't score like that.
Man.
They don't put up 100. They don't put up 150, 160 points in the night. They don't do that on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're gonna score 100 points, but they're not gonna score 150. They ain't gonna score 145 as regular. Like nah.
If the finals,
so that ain't, I'm not surprised by that.
If the finals be Brooklyn and Phoenix or Utah, I really can't see Utah making it all the way. But if that joint, I don't know, man. Either way, whoever faces Brooklyn,
they're probably gonna lose.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna lose. Like it's not,
it's a wrap.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. That's not a surprise this year. That's not a surprise. Like that's not a surprise. And even if LeBron and was healthy and KD was healthy, they not beating Brooklyn. They're not beating Brooklyn in the 7-game series. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like that's with James Harden or without James Harden. They're not beating Brooklyn in the 7-game series.
Right. Because one,
like,
you'd have to outscore Brooklyn.
Yeah, you gotta outscore them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta outscore them dudes. And so that's not like when the season started and they went there. I mean, they basically were telling you like, look, we finna go play together and we finna win. They had their struggles early. Even I said stuff about it. I was like, look, these dudes better get it together and they better get it together fast because if they don't, it's gonna be a bust. And they did. They got it together.
Start playing defense. They started
playing. There you go. They started playing defense. And I knew Steve Nash was gonna get in their heads about it and say, look, guys, like we ain't worried about scoring. We already got that. Like we ain't worried about none of that. Can we get stops? Can we get stops for extended periods of time? Can we stop Giannis from getting, instead of letting him get 27, 18, and 12, can we cut his point production in half? Because we know he scores the most points on this team. Can we do that and do it effectively and frustrate him and make him turn the ball over? Like, yep, they do that. You know what I'm saying? Can we slow, a guard down that scores a lot of points? Like, can we do that? Can we put somebody on him, put somebody on, whoever and stop them from scoring? Yeah, now they doing that, but they still scoring points. So,
nigga, are you in the kitchen?
So what?
Are you in the kitchen?
Hey man, don't worry about what I'm on a podcast, bro. Don't do me. I'm on a podcast, bro. Don't worry about what I'm.
Cause I'm sitting here listening to you break up while you talk. I'm like, man, what is wrong with this man Wi-Fi? And then I'm like, where is this nigga at? What is he in the washroom? This nigga folding clothes?
I'm in the dungeon. I'm in here, man. While I take out all y'all aunties too. They don't come in the house. They stay outside.
That nigga got an outhouse.
Oh man. Hey, real quick question for you. So I'm watching Drink Champs, and then Cameron's on there. Shout out to Cameron, by the way. And Nora was asking him a series of questions about like his choices between like two people. And for example, he asked him, he gave him a couple names. He was like, hey, you got, who do you pick out of these two, right? So he was like, who you picking out of Jayz and Nas? He was like, I'm picking Jay. And he was like, that's a tough one, because basically like Nas is Nas, right? So he was like, I'm picking Jay. He was like, all right, so who you pick out of Jadakiss and Beanie Siegel? He was like, I gotta go with Jadakiss. He was like, all right, cool. He said, "Who you picking out of Biggie and Big L?" And he said Big L. And then the other thing that caught my attention when he asked him, I'm trying to remember.
Here you go with these loaded questions.
Nah, my question ain't loaded. I'm just referencing what he asked him. Like mine ain't loaded. I'm just, you know, the other one that he asked him was, oh my God, no, he said the locks are state property. And so when he mentioned the locks of state property, I started thinking about.
I already know what mine is.
So I asked you, what's your answer between the locks and state property?
Mine's a state property.
So when I went through the thread, a lot
ain't
of people
nobody fucking with PD Crack.
It's so.
I'm telling you, ain't nobody in that whole group is fucking with PD Crack. PD Crack won. I'll put PD Crack above Benny Siegel.
So you saying like PD Crack can mess with Styles P?
Yes.
He can mess with Sheik.
Yes.
He can mess with Jada.
Yes. And I'll go a step further. You can go Google it. Jay-Z vouched for this nigga a long time ago. Cause I remember you remember when they used to go to when they used to rap live on the radio and shit. Remember that shit?
Yeah. They used to do the freestyle.
They used to do their little freestyle shit. They'd take over the whole radio Fridays. And just be freestyling for hours and shit. Jay-Z was up there. PD Crack, and that nigga they was going bar for bar against each other, and that nigga vouched for him that day. I think that was Freestyle Fridays. The only thing with him was one, as far as business wise. And being played on the radio, didn't nobody want to play his music because his name was PD Crack. Or he came on a song talking about crack. He always said this shit on his songs or whatever like that. So it was hard to market a nigga who talking about crack all the time. And the nigga was on drugs. He was like Fly. Yeah, he was on drugs too. I think But this nigga was a dope ass. Man, any song that nigga was on, he was like Lil Baby. Lil Baby gonna kill you on your own song. Yeah. But and I don't like Sheik. What's his name? Luch. I ain't never really think he was just that cold. So I only thought it was like two members in the group, which was Styles and Kiss. I mean, I ain't gonna. But state property, you got Benny, you got PD Crack, you got what's them other two dudes? What's them other two niggas' name? Yeah, Freeway. Freeway was in state property too, right? Yeah, you had Freeway in state property. Kiss ain't fucking with Freeway. Man, you crazy. You crazy for that. You crazy. Okay. I respect your thoughts about hip hop. I'll put like this. Crazy for that. You telling me? Hold on. I'm going back. Cause I used to stutter. I ain't no stuttering here. I ain't no stuttering here. I ain't heard not one song. Like for real. If we talking about voice, if we talking about cadence, if we talking about lyrics, if we talking about content, if we talking about just like rhyme style, I ain't heard not one song, not one, that I would be like, man, if Freeway was on, I put it to you like this. If Freeway was on this Jada song, or if vice versa, I would pick Freeway Nigga,
over Jada.
I name one song and it'll change your whole mind about Freeway. Listen to 1-900 Hustle. It's
I've heard
Jay-Z.
one. I've heard
All
one
right,
900 Hustle.
all right,
That don't do it for me. Like
okay.
Freeway cold, but don't
He
get me wrong, he cold, but he ain't killing Jada, dog. Like he ain't killing Jada.
Jada only
He
got
ain't
one
killing Jada.
album. Jada only got one album to me, and that was that Knock Yourself Out album. Outside of that,
Like
what?
Freeway ain't got like
Jada Kiss only got really
what
features. He's not killing Freeway.
you ain't you must
Okay,
then listen to you must then listen to
I'm a Jada Kiss fan, mind you, but
nah, Jada got more than one album, dude. He got more
okay.
than one. You know
I
what
mean,
Jada's problem? You know what Jada's issue
I'm a
was?
fan. I'm a fan first when it comes to music, and
I get
I
that,
grade music. I grade music differently. How I grade it is your music selection. It's how you. It's your whole catalog of music. When Freeway raps, it ain't no competition with man. No, sir.
nah, man,
No,
nah,
sir.
I
No,
can't
sir.
rock with that. I
No,
can't. The
sir.
reason why I can't rock with that because like on what's the joint with man, I cannot think of the name of it.
Man, hold on. Let me look up Freeway
Um
album.
um oh man, I cannot think of the name of it. Anyway, it's one song I would say that I like Freeway just flat foot killed that Jadakiss couldn't have pulled it off is the joint with Freeway, Mos Def, and Kanye.
The one they
That
did
was
on
like
Dave
one.
Chappelle. They jump.
Yeah, but it's the one that was on Kanye's first album.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was on his first album. That's
They
like one of
jump
my
hard
favorite
too.
that was like one of my favorite Freeway verses like ever. The difference to me is
And he's so hungry when he rap. That's what I like about this shit. You can hear this shit every time he rap.
see like
You
you
feel
talking
it.
like different styles because like Jada can be super duper hungry and he can be super laid back. You know
He
what I'm saying?
can.
Like
He can.
he can be like some songs he can just come at you, and then other ones it's like okay I'm gonna take it light on this one because I know I can
What
be that way if I want to,
what I'm saying though.
and I
All
can
right.
still kill it at the same time.
Okay, so what you're saying, we're talking about basically right now. We're talking about the verses. So if they were doing the verses, I'm telling you, if Freeway music, if you got the best 10 of his songs against Jada songs, it's not gonna come out how you think it is.
Nah, I disagree with that. I
Okay.
disagree with that. I
Okay.
disagree with that. I definitely disagree with that. Cause Jada actually got top 10 albums. Like not albums, we got top 10 songs.
Okay.
Freeway ain't got, but maybe like I would say Freeway may have 3. Like actual no for real. I'm not talking I'm not talking about songs you like. I'm not talking about songs you like. I'm talking about hit records. Freeway may have 3 hit records. Like he may have 3. You know what I'm saying? Like he may have 3. Like his debut album, I know it's at least 2 on there. It's gotta be, because that's early, like that's early Freeway Rockefeller stuff. And he probably got I know and I'll give it to him, he may have like 2 more features somewhere like that wound up going like number 1 or number 2. But I know Jada got 10 number 1 songs. Well, maybe not number 1 song. I would say top 10 songs. You know what I'm saying?
But see, you just like speaking just on like albums and stuff like that too. I'm speaking like on like everything, features,
I'm talking
that.
I'm talking about it all because that's what when they do the verses, they usually take like they top 20 songs. So it's whether it's like for instance like Snoop Dogg's Doggy Dogg World or something like that, and then maybe Snoop Dogg like on the Masterpiece stuff, like it's they top 20 songs. They do they top 20 songs. And my argument is Jadakiss got more top songs than Freeway does. Like There's no doubt in my mind. Because if you go back to the Locks, like, come on, like, well, money, power, respect, all that stuff. Like, Jadakiss was rapping probably when Freeway was still in like junior high school or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying he was outlawed or whatever. But even when Freeway came out, like, I got a lot of love for Freeway, but Freeway just didn't like Freeway ain't killing like Freeway ain't killing Jada. He not killing Jada.
I would say he also didn't really have the opportunity to be, because with the whole Rockefeller split and all that other type of stuff, I don't really think he really got to have his potential to go out there anyway, though. And then his health issues and all that other health issues, drug issues, street issues, nigga going to jail, all that shit. Him and Benny Siegel. So, I would say it would be a toss up or tie. But when we're talking about the entire group, State Property versus the Locks, though, the only person that Styles P, and honestly, I might say Styles P might be better than Kiss, but I think we like Kiss because of Kiss's voice and his ad libs and stuff like that.
Which
but
all of
State
that
Property, State Property
all of that counts.
Is a bigger crew though.
Yeah, obviously, like State Property is like 6 people.
But even if you just got 3, even if you just got the top 3 out of State Property, I would still say State Property. So I would say Benny Siegel, Freeway, and PD Crack.
Okay, I mean that's the question that Nori gave Cam was, hey, who you picking, the Locks or State Property?
Who did he pick?
And Cam, I'm a Locks fan.
And I said, who did he pick?
He picked because he was like, look, basically what it boils down to, and they laughed about it kind of. So he was like, really, that's a tough choice because I love both of them. But obviously, right. I'm from New York. I'm from New York, so he was like, I mean, I gotta go with the Locks basically because they New York dudes, but at the same time, State Property was popping at one point in time. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And
so
even lyrically, the appeal, the whole State Property, the label, the brand, the clothes, and all that type of stuff. Like they had a huge influence on culture at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like they even had the movie and all that type of stuff. So, you know what I mean? Like they had a big impact on culture at that particular time. State Property did. Yeah, State Property did. So, it's kind of a difficult answer to that question to basically like unequivocally choose one over the other. Because that's basically what it was. Like, it's like, man, like
now I will say I love both of them, but I can choose one over the other.
Yeah, I mean, he chose the Locks. Like, he picked the Locks over them. Like, he picked the Locks over State Property.
But if I'm listening to an album, that State Property album is better than the Locks album.
Respect that.
We're talking about their first albums. I ain't talking about like any other albums after that, but the first album, debut albums, I think State Property album is better than the Locks.
I mean, the Locks went through a transition too. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm only speaking about the first album.
They went through a big transition because, Puffy was pushing them towards the
shiny suits, all that shit, right?
And then, and then they was like, nah, this ain't us, because,
if like, you think I'm jiggy.
Yeah. But, if you remember, like, what's interesting that a lot of people probably forgot about, Jay-Z did the shiny suit thing, like at one point, like in a couple shows. Yeah, it was like around that time where like Puffy had all this influence, right? And so, because Rockefeller was under Def Jam,
wearing no shiny suit.
Yeah, he did. He did. He tried it like once, He tried it like once, and what happened was Puffy had such a big influence on the industry as far as the whole jiggy rap thing, right? And the Locks did the shiny suit because you remember at one point in time everybody was together. Like the Locks were a part of Def Jam. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the Locks were part of Def Jam, and then they was all like touring and stuff together. But they were with Puffy first. They were with Puffy. And so Jay tried the jiggy thing like on one show. I think he said he did like one show where he came out and I forgot what song he did, but he was like, nah, we not doing that. We ain't doing the shiny suit thing. Like that ain't like we not finna do that. And then the Locks was like they Puffy was like pushing them towards the shiny suit stuff, like the whole Mace can't nobody hold me down type of thing. And they was like, nah, that ain't us, bro. And they came out on stage and they walked out with the shiny suits on and they took them off and stepped on them and all that. You know, the Free the Locks, the whole Free the Locks campaign, yeah. And cause you know that's what everybody was doing.
Hold on. I gotta pause you. I'm looking at the track listing from Money, Power, and Respect, and then Stay Property. And I'm going back and looking at the Locks' albums. Nigga, outside of Money, Power, Respect, ain't nobody even listen to the other Locks albums. So now I'm definitely saying Stay Property.
Okay. I mean, okay.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's what you like. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I'm just looking at the comparison. I'm like, yeah. Gotcha. Continue though.
Yeah. Nah, just they had that period of time where they was going through that transition, and you know, they was like, man, we don't like the direction that we're going in because we really on that street stuff. So, you know, Puffy was trying to push them to be more commercial. And but when they got out of their deal with him and got with Rough Riders, they was able to keep doing their thing. So, you know, it was kind of a unique situation. You know what I'm saying? So,
I know one thing though. So I'm both I ain't gonna say both Nas and Jay-Z fan, but I will say this. Hey man, it's at a point in time where you can no longer put Jay-Z and Nas on your list.
I would agree with that. I would say like greatest rappers alive, or even I would say like rappers like your favorite rappers right now. Yeah, I wouldn't say you need to put them on your list.
There's no point. We get it. We know that they are the greatest, the GOATs or whatever. So it's not even. And I'm only saying that like you made mention of them when you was talking about Dipset and Locks or whatever like that. But at the same time, it made me think of somebody. I want to say I was on social media. What's his name? B Dot. B Dot had came out with some type of a list that said was talking about like the best that are out right now or something like that. And he made mention of Jay-Z and Nas, and I'm like, they ain't even got no albums out, my nigga. All right, okay, cool. They had a couple, they got like 2 singles that are out right now, but they ain't even got no albums out. It's about time to quit throwing them in lists. We know they dope. We know if they were to drop something right now, okay, cool. It would sell and we would think it was the hottest thing ever. Bet. You can no longer use them anymore.
Well, I think it's a double-edged sword though, Jay. And you mentioned that, you say that, but I'm inclined to agree with you simply because they're not, neither one of those guys is, I don't think, and this is just me. Now let's back up for a second because Nas' album last year got Rap Album of the Year.
Okay.
And it was up against a lot of stiff competition. It was some other albums, and everybody said this. It's not like it was that far ahead of everything else, but just the fact that I think at this point in Nas's career, he's finally not as rigid as far as his choices and beats and stuff like that, and working with the same types of like producers. He spread his wings and allowed a younger producer to come in and basically kind of change his palette. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. And
I get that, but
hold up, stay with me. So he gets rap album of the year, which, in my opinion, at this particular time,
you talk like a New
Nas
York
ain't getting.
nigga.
No,
Yes,
because
you are.
this ain't about
The point that you're going, you sound like a New York nigga. But go, continue.
no. Because the game ain't in New York. The game ain't in New York, Jay. The game is in the South right now. That's my whole point. That's my whole point. He picked a producer that gave him something that didn't sound like 100% New York.
But what does they got to do with what we talking about? About him being about.
If you stay with me, if you listen to me, I'm getting it. Nas ain't put out consistent music. Jay ain't put out consistent music, album every year for the last like 10 years. They ain't put out music every single year, like an album, tour, and all this type of stuff. What I'm saying is that Nas is still relevant because Nas got rap album of the year last year. So if somebody says, I'm gonna put Nas on my list, I can understand why they would do it. I'm not saying I agree to that, but I can understand why they would put him on that list. Jay's last album was 444, which that came out like 5 years ago or something like that. In totality, no, I don't agree with them being on that top rapper right now list because we grew up listening to both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like we grew up listening to them. So I'm thinking more of, like I told you before, my favorite rapper right now is Lil Baby. That's my favorite rapper right now.
He just came out with an album too. Him and Lil Durk.
Yeah, I saw that. Somebody said something about, I don't know how, whatever. I'm gonna have to look deeper into it, but they basically alluded to saying that Lil Durk, like somebody else wrote Lil Durk stuff for the album or something like that or whatever. I don't know what that really was about, but I have to look into that more. But yeah, the list, like current, like it should be like who's out right now. Like who's out. That's what I feel like the list should be. Like who's out, who's active.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it should be the Lil Babies. It still should be, Drake. It still should be whoever, J. Cole, whoever. Like those types of guys that are actively making music, consistently making music, whatever. That should be on those lists, in my opinion. Like I agree with the fact that, like you got to take them dudes off. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it's obvious they them dudes. You know what I'm saying? So
because if that's the case, then if you always carrying over Jay-Z and Nas, then T.I., Andre 3000 should be on the fucking list too. Every time you carry over a list. So that's the only reason why I'm saying you can no longer carry them onto any list. To me, I think putting them on any list now is a nigga who don't know their music. Is a person who don't know music. Or it's just somebody who just feel like that they have to fit into the music fucking conversation. To me.
Or it's based on a couple things. It's based on the
historical. And then when you leave them off, it's always that asshole like, but what about Jay-Z and Nas? You left them out. Dickhead, you already know they already up there. Why the fuck I gotta make mention of them, dummy?
Right, but I wouldn't call them dummies.
I would.
What I would say, I wouldn't call them.
It's Captain Obvious, dumbass.
No, I wouldn't say that. For some, maybe, but no, I wouldn't say that. There's a logic behind it. There's a logic behind it. The logic says these guys are so great, right? They're so great. They always have the potential to put out something that's gonna kill everything else, right?
Okay.
That's the logic. That's the logic behind it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying the logic behind it says if these guys are still living and breathing, they can hop in the studio at any point in time.
All right, so
and now hold up, stay with me. Any producer on this earth is going if they said they wanted Scarface to produce a record for them right now, like let's say Nas said, hey, you know what, man, the last album it was dope. Hit Boy did his thing, but you know what? I want Scarface and Kanye to produce this next one. We finna do da 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 da. Them guys gonna drop everything they doing.
Why
and
nobody
they gonna
do
hop
that?
in the studio.
Why don't nobody do that with like Chris Brown or when like Prince was still alive then? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm saying I didn't quite understand what the statement was.
What I mean, all right. So we don't do that. We only do that with rap. Outside of rap, we don't constantly bring up Michael Jackson or anybody else when we're talking about somebody new or the greatest of our time now. We don't bring up Michael Jackson or some shit like that, is what I'm saying.
Because Michael Jackson
only in hip hop do you always keep regurgitating Jay-Z, Nas, those same names.
That's I was just saying that they're still alive. They're still alive. So
what I'm saying is when Prince was alive, you weren't still making mention of them in the same like that. When you're making mention of your top, if you're talking about your top at the same, if you're making mention of Chris Brown, you're not making mention of Prince at the same time. But Prince would be way better that will top Chris Brown.
But Chris Brown is more of a comparison to Michael Jackson, not Prince. I mean,
well, hell, even Prince Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is dead though.
Oh my! Dude, I just said when he was alive, when they were alive.
When they were alive, if somebody said who's the greatest entertainer on earth, somebody's gonna say Michael Jackson. They're not gonna say Chris Brown when Michael Jackson is alive. When he was alive, they were not saying anybody was better than Michael Jackson.
When people are making mention of the Chris Brown conversation, you will hear other people name other names, but at those times, Michael Jackson's name would not be brought up, is what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is when they're regurgitating any type of top list that like Chris Brown would be in, you're not hearing them throwing Michael Jackson or anything like that. That's all I'm saying. Like we do Jay-Z and Nas in every fucking conversation. Oh, Jay-Z, Nas, Jay-Z, Nas. Like, dude, okay, all right, we get that part.
Jay, hip hop it started rap battles. It's way more of a competitive sport than any other type of music.
But what I'm saying is, if you know music,
you can't compare that.
What I'm saying is, if you know music, you don't have to bring their names up because it's already obvious that we know that they are. You don't have to bring their name up. You don't have to bring Quincy Jones' name up every time you talk about music. We already know Quincy Jones is the greatest.
That's something totally different though.
No, it's not. If we talking about greats, we don't always have to keep referencing Dr. Dre. We don't always have to keep referencing Quincy Jones. We don't. We name other artists, do we not? We don't always put Dr. Dre in our top list.
That's not parallel. Hip hop, rap has always been about competition, bro. It's always been about who was better. It's always been about this.
So I didn't name some greats that in competition with other greats. What are you talking about?
You just agreed. Your statement just agreed with what I just said.
But what I'm talking about is if we're talking about producers or whatever like that, we ain't talking
about producers. We talking about rapping. Gotcha. Rapping has always been a competitive sport. Gotcha. Producing ain't been producers work together and create songs.
So do musicians. So do rappers.
But rappers will step outside of a studio. If they competitive enough, they'll step out of a studio and say, okay, you make yours and I'm finna go make mine. You see what I'm saying? It's a whole different ballgame when you talking about rap. It's always gonna be like, okay, who is that dude in such and such time? Is he that dude now? Is he still that dude 20 years later? Yeah, he is. So if he's still alive, then he got the potential to go in and drop some heat on the track, whether it's one track to an entire album or EP or whatever the case is. We feel like and this I'm talking
And
about this
all I'm
group of people
saying is,
feels
once
like
if you once you get so great, you don't have to make mention of their names.
I agree and I disagree. I agree and I disagree because their greatness is going to allow for that name to be mentioned anyway. That just comes along with the territory. You see what I'm saying? It just comes along with the territory. They don't have to make music consistently. Like Nas is in investing, Jay's into doing his company stuff and being a dad and all that type of stuff. Like even though they're not putting out an album every single year or 2 albums and features and touring the way they used to, their name is always going to be mentioned on somebody's list because of their greatness. Because it's always going to be this thing that says, okay, okay, so I'll give you an example. If Michael Jordan was able to play past the age of 50, okay, which we know humanly that ain't possible. Like on that level, it's not possible. Father time, it ain't happening. We realize that in music, you can rap and sing well into your 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or until your voice or your body just doesn't allow you to, right? But if Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, or any of those guys, or Allen Iverson still alive, so we'll say AI, was able to still play at a high level or compete at a high level well into their 40s, 50s, right? When it comes down to the league, somebody will still say, okay, if they can compete at that high level, they still got a shot at winning the championship every year if they put in the right situation. Now, are they going to play? Are they going to come out of retirement? Are they going to decide, oh, you know, man, like I'm a coach for a while or whatever the case is? Like, you see what I'm saying?
No,
So
no.
it's if that was the case, you're not hearing me. If that was the case, if they had the ability, and there wasn't some young player or whatever that just was supreme on that level that could really put them to the test, like,
right,
and
so,
we say, okay, man, like,
but what does that have to do with what we talking about?
I guess it ain't got nothing to do with
what does that have to do with the T in China? Okay, we talking about hip hop. When I was talking about producers, you was like, but that ain't got nothing to do with hip hop. So exactly.
Yeah, because producing ain't a competitive sport, bro. That's just ended as that. Like, producers don't battle each other.
It ain't got nothing to. We ain't got nothing to do with competitive sport. We're talking about. We're talking about. The topic
we were just talking about verses. Like, we were talking about verses, and then we mentioned like why these guys ain't mentioned, why they shouldn't be mentioned. And I'm telling you, I agree with you, but I'm telling you why people still mention them. I mean, come on, people ride for you. A fan, you ride for the guy that you like, whether that guy been around 30 years or 30 days. I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is, when people are making mention of their top list, at some point, Jayz and Nas.
I agree with you 100%. I don't put Jayz and Nas on that list. I don't put them up there because they're already there.
Those people who get upset at you for not making mention of them on your list is what I'm talking about.
And I told you what I told you. There's a logic behind it. There is a logic behind it. Not all of them are dummies, because there are some very smart people that are very savvy, just like you, who work in the industry, who will say, I'm going to pick them every time because they're still alive. I'm not going to ever count them dudes out. That's my whole point. Me, myself, I'm not picking Jay and Nas because they already done their thing. And they're not putting out music on a regular basis. I agree with you. I'm giving you what the logic is why they think that way. Just because you don't like the logic or you don't like the way they think don't mean that
it's very frustrating the way other people think. It's very, because I don't understand it. Like,
no, think about it. There's somebody listening to this show.
I guess I'm Captain Obvious. It's obvious that I already know that they the greatest, so I ain't got to make mention of them.
To you, but not to everybody that's listening. You know what I'm saying? To you, that's true. And I understand where you're coming from. I agree with where you're coming from. I'm speaking for the person that's saying, okay, Jay, you gave me your reason why. This is my reason why I feel like they should be listed. They still alive, which means they can still put out top album if they want to.
The only reason why I say that is because when you're making your list, especially if you're talking about something of current, like we're talking about like a Lil Baby or whatever like that. You name other artists, you got 2 slots of a new artist who's really got the year rocking. You don't even put him on there because you got Jayz and Nas on there, or you got another grandfathered as artist in the game up there. Like, dude, all right, man, we get it. Andre 3000, cool, okay. T.I., okay, cool. What nigga is Gucci Mane? All right, what nigga Nando?
But see, that's why though, Jay. You have to, when it comes down to picking these greats, you have to say who's the greatest right now. Who's been the greatest the last 10 years? Okay, who's been the greatest the era, like the golden era of hip hop, basically the 90s? Or you say, okay, in your opinion,
because real talk, if we're gonna do that shit, you might as well say Drake. Or we gonna keep doing, if we gonna keep saying Jay-Z and Nas, because that's what.
I don't have a problem with that either. I'm
Drake
just saying,
might trump Jay-Z.
When people say who their favorites are, it ain't always because they're dumb. It's because they say this is my favorite person because of these qualifications. Like, everybody's qualifications are different, and that's why the GOAT conversation is always going to be an ongoing conversation, because who's the best at this? Who's the best at that? Who's the best at this? Who sold more records, right? Oh, well, who sold more records? That could be like the number 7 person on your list. You know what I'm saying? In all honesty, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, who did this? Like, some people had, and I'll give you an example. Rest in peace, DMX. Some people said that DMX was their favorite rapper of all time, right? Some people said he was in their top 5. Some people said top 10. Some people just said, you know what? DMX really can't be compared to other people. He was just like more than just a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, DMX did movies, he did this, he did that. So it wasn't just about rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, DMX was like, he really couldn't compare him to other things or other people. So when I say that because, like, some people will say, okay, man, DMX is the greatest rapper of all time to them. And if you were to ask them what their qualifications were, what they based it on, they may base it on the fact that they just like his music better. You know what I'm saying? Or the fact that he's the only person to ever drop 2 #1 albums in the same year. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so there are different ways to describe how we feel about our favorite artists or our favorite whatever. So again, like, I get it. I'm not saying like this person is, you know, this, like, you know, like Drake could easily not ever make another rap album, right? Like, Drake don't have to rap again if he don't want to.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't really have to rap no more. I'm just being real. He really don't have to rap no more. And his name is gonna be up there with them guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, his name is gonna be up there.
Because he got a new album from Good Ready to come out.
Cause he just, and you know what's funny? The music that he dropped last year, like, he dropped he dropped the EP.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped the what is it? The oh my God, what's the name of the tapes? The
Lost Tapes.
The was not Lost Tapes, but it's like the dark tapes or something like that. Yeah. He dropped that, and right before that, he did the Life Is Good with Future, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is still features, like features on top of features. You know what I'm saying? And now he's like, okay, I'm gonna drop another album, like actual album. He did the BB King freestyle with Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I will say. Go ahead.
Dude. Do you really be listening to the words he be saying? Do you really be listening to the words he be saying?
Yeah, I do.
Did you listen to the words he was saying on that Nicki Minaj album? The Mean Green, was it Seeing Green? You listen to
No,
that verse?
I hadn't heard that song yet.
He said he. I think I know who he's talking about, but he had a line where he was talking about known her for 8 years and I still fuck her like a new husband. That nigga be saying some slick shit in the song, man. You be like, what the fuck is he talking about? Known her for 8 years and still fuck her like a new husband. You be like,
is that music or is that? But that is the one on Nicki's, because that Nicki's album is not new. That's old stuff. She got like 2 new songs on there. The rest of them is old stuff.
The two new songs.
Okay.
There's the song with Nicki, Lil Wayne, and Drake.
Okay.
Which is Seeing Green.
Okay.
And on that verse, he always, man, it's just, if you listen to any of his verses, he always taking jabs at somebody if you're really listening to it. Or the whole fucking verse is directed towards somebody.
Yeah, because that's Drake. That's what he do. And a lot of it's, listening to a lot of the podcasts and stuff now, a lot of it's just competition. Like, hey, like, I'm just letting you know I can still, like, I can get you if I want to, or I'm coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just letting you know, like, what you want to do. Like, I listen to stuff that he says, and then I go back later and listen to it, be like, oh.
I think he talking about. I think he talking about knocking out Kim.
What? For real?
That's the whole. I think that's the whole little beef that him and Kanye West got, or the beef that Kanye got with him.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know.
And now they're going through
I really
a
don't even
divorce
know
and
if
shit.
that's. Yeah, which is like cold blooded. If there's timing, like this time. Right. Like, wow, bro. Like, ooh.
And that's the other thing. The reason why I say that's the reason why I say I would choose Drake over Jay and Nas.
Like over them as far as like the best out of all of them.
It's hard for me to say it, man, but
I can't pick Drake over them. The reason why I can't pick Drake over them is because there's been some times where more times than not that Drake toes the line. When I say this, I understand Drake toes the line. Like Drake writes his stuff and then he don't write his stuff, and then he writes his stuff and then he don't write his stuff. And I've never heard in either Jay-Z or Nas's careers that they had other people write for them like on a consistent basis. Like they done collaborated on songs and stuff like that. And Jay-Z even wrote stuff for Snoop and Dre, and Nas done wrote stuff for other artists, but I ain't never heard in their career where they had ghostwriters at all.
But we talking about hooks. And we talking about hooks and we talking about cadence.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about.
You can't compare nobody to Drake. Drake got that locked. You can't compare nobody to him on that because he got way too many more songs where
exactly.
He done like he got way. You can't.
So you bringing that up because what?
You can't. I mean, you brought their names up and you said he was better, so I assumed we were talking about rapping. I wasn't assuming we was literally just talking about cadence and hooks.
Okay, no, I'm saying in those situations, as far as somebody writing for him, we're talking about hooks and a cadence, or giving someone an idea for a cadence of a song. That ain't writing his songs. And then he goes back and shows you, hey, ain't no nigga writing for me. I'm doing all this shit, and continues to throw out additional albums to let you know, my nigga, I'm writing in my shit. So that's the only reason why I'm saying, well, I don't even know why people even throw that shit up like he can't write his shit or that somebody's writing his shit.
All right, so
Or wrote his shit or wrote for him.
So you think that Drake has written every single bar that he's ever rapped?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You know what? All right, so bet that. Bet. So since you say that, then why Jay-Z then doesn't rap every bar that he raps? Because he recycles Biggie's lines.
Drake has recycled so many different artists' lines, like you can't even keep up how many artists he's recycled.
But what I'm saying is you're rapping someone else's lines that somebody else wrote. If we're talking about rapping other people's words, if that's what we're getting at.
Nah, you can draw inspiration. I'm talking about actually somebody else wrote his stuff. There's other people who have gotten credit for writing his raps on his albums.
I'm
gonna give you an example.
There's a lot of people who get credits for helping make a song. Sure.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, excuse me.
Nakia Shine got credit for the best I ever had on that Drake song. Did he write that song?
Did who write the song?
Nakia Shine. Nakia Shine got credit. Nakia Shine got credit for the best I ever had song. Does that mean that he wrote that song?
I don't know, because I didn't know he got credit for this song. That's the first I've ever heard.
He made sure and lets people know it all the time. That's all I'm saying. Does that mean that he wrote that song?
I don't know that. You just said that Nakia Shine got credit for the song. I don't know if Nakia Shine wrote that song or not. I don't know that.
He gets credit for it. And he won a Grammy for it.
Well, I guess he must have wrote the song then, if he got credit for it.
Okay.
No, I'm saying, you asking me, that was the first time I've ever heard that. That's new information for me, so shout out to you for hipping me to something. I'm saying, if you ask Nakia Shine did he write that song, is Nakia Shine going to say, yeah, I wrote it? Or is he going to say, well, I collaborated with Drake on it?
He says he wrote it. He didn't say it was a collaboration. And see, that's what I'm saying, as far as it's a thin line as far as what you say, what we're saying is writing for someone.
Right. I'm saying traditionally, hip hop music is you write your own stuff, you rap your own stuff.
Right.
I get that everybody does. Okay. So let's just be real. Nicki Minaj don't write her raps. If she do, she probably write 50% of them, maybe 40. Like all her earlier stuff, that was all Drake and Lil Wayne. Ain't nobody finna tell me different. Ain't nobody finna tell me different. Cause at that particular time, they all sounded the same. They were all rapping actually the same at that time. So I knew that Aubrey Graham was writing all their stuff at that time. And there was one point, no, Nicki Minaj is not. I heard this on a podcast about a month ago, and nobody on that podcast disagreed. And these was like all industry folks, and they was like, yeah, well, it is what it is. Like, okay.
So you believe that Safari wrote her raps too then?
She didn't write them. She didn't write all of them. She didn't write all of them. Like, and as a matter of fact, they mentioned Safari on the pod.
You must have never heard her raps when she used to do those Smack DVDs and shit.
Nah, I wasn't paying no attention to her then.
That's why I believe she wrote her raps. That's the reason why I believe she wrote her raps.
All of them?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think with a lot of those artists, when they go like commercial or whatever, they can't rap the same way that they used to rap. And somebody that's a commercial type of rapper or writer write stuff for them to rap that way.
Now, if you're referring to inspiration and somebody say, "Hey, it would be cool if you rapped about this, that, and the other, blah blah blah." Now,
No, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody writing saying, "Hey, look, I got this," and as a matter of fact, this was on the I was listening to a Talib Kweli's People's Party, and P Rock was on there. And he was talking about how he didn't want to sing on the Nas song. And they brought up Mary J. Blige. And so Mary J. Blige didn't want to do that song. What's that song? What's the song? Hateration, holleration, whatever.
Right,
you know the song I'm talking about. Right. She don't like that song. She hated that song. Mary J. Blige didn't write that song. Dr. Dre wrote that song. And she did not want to sing it. She didn't like it, but she did. It was her biggest record ever. What I'm saying is, with artists, even with rap artists, there are people that write the song and say, look, I think you need to rap it this way and do it this way. And they like, that ain't my style. That ain't the way I flow. When Snoop Dogg said the dude tried to get him to rap like the Migos, he was in the studio trying to rap like the Migos, and he just stopped in the middle of the song, was like, nigga, I ain't rapping like this. This ain't how I rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. They do that with artists because they're like, oh, hey, you know, this is a new style. Like, try doing it like this. And I feel like Nicki Minaj did it that way.
No, sir.
Man, Nicki ain't. So
I put like this. What you are getting confused with influence. You're getting what you're hearing, what you're thinking that somebody's writing for her is influence. All right, so if you are in the studio with niggas,
I'm saying,
if you are hold on, let me finish. If you are in the studio with niggas and you are
actually not influence, actually writing a song saying you need to write this way, you need to rap this way. That's not influence. It's them telling you this is gonna sell better. So rap. I'm gonna write this for you, and I want you to write it. I want you to rap it the way I tell you to rap. That's not influence. That's somebody telling somebody to do it that way. And early Nicki Minaj,
when you in the studio, with other people, and you are, everybody's rapping, and you're sharpening bars with each other, and y'all competing with each other in the studio, you're going to sound like one another.
Okay.
I'm telling you. You're gonna even sometimes even use some of the similar words. You're gonna have the same type of flow sometimes, or whatever like that. So that's the only reason why I would argue that point. But as far as I don't believe that somebody writing for her. So if that's the case, what, somebody wrote for Lil' Kim? Somebody write for Foxy Brown too?
Biggie wrote for Lil' Kim.
Who wrote for Foxy?
I don't know about Foxy. I don't think nobody wrote for Foxy, because I seen Foxy freestyle before. I think they separated Foxy.
But see, that's the same thing. I've seen Nicki Minaj freestyle.
But I'm not saying that she can't rap.
You've never seen Nicki Minaj freestyle?
I'm saying her. I saw some of her earlier stuff. That's my point. When she was rapping on them first commercial albums, she didn't sound like Nicki Minaj, the old Nicki Minaj. She sounded like that stuff was written by somebody else.
She has different flows, man. I'm sure you have noticed she has like 12 different personalities.
Yeah, she do.
This guy here.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Speak your mind, brother.
Nothing, sir. Hey, well, never mind. I think I didn't intend to for us to get so long-winded on hip hop. I see this is a very sensitive subject and topic.
Nah, man, it ain't sensitive. That's where the energy took us tonight. So we just went with it. it's a lot of new music out right now. So it's just where it went.
It is.
Like we both hip hop heads, so it's
I
what it
was.
is. We passionate about it, so it ain't no big thing for me.
Oh, also, I wanted to make mention of man, what is going on? Man, I gotta get rid of some of this shit that's on here. Good Look for Memphis. Moneybagg Yo came out with Floyd Mayweather. I was like, look at that shit.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
I got time today. And he had time.
You heard that Rookie of the Year?
I did. I'm gonna have to give it another listen. I don't think I really liked it when I first listened to it. Cause I was getting off work when I tried to listen to it. Sometimes I gotta be in a certain frame.
It's not that long. It's not that long. I think it's like 2 minutes and some change. It's not that long though.
That's on the Is that
That's the single?
That was just a single. It wasn't on the album.
I think it was a single because he made that for Ja Morant.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of.
Lloyd Banks got a new album out. Just dropped like today or yesterday.
I heard about that. I still haven't seen it though. Man, it's like a lot of times you just gotta start searching for shit now because now it don't even really come up.
Nah, they drop it like it'd be out there.
Cause I heard that today. I heard about that. I didn't listen to it yet. I was listening to the Lil Baby and Dirt album, and
I still gotta check that.
It was something else that I was listening to.
I've been on that Trust the Sopranos.
Yes indeed. That Price of Fame, John Hard, man. I be having that shit on repeat.
Oh my God, that Price of Fame.
I be having that shit on repeat, man. That beat hard, everything.
Man. That beat so hard. That beat remind me of that Truth beat, that Beanie Siegel Truth beat.
Yeah.
That's what it remind me of.
Yeah, it do.
Yep, it remind me of the Truth.
Let's just having this on repeat. I was like, man, this shit made me want to rap, man. I started writing a couple of bars and shit.
I said, if Jay hear this, I said, I know he probably gonna listen to it at some point.
Hey,
it's like
8.
that just gonna make you want to rap.
I got 8. Let me get another 8.
I started scribbling in my little pad. I was like, man, I could say a little something on this. Like I like this. I like this right here. Like I like this. Yeah.
I rap better, or I get my creativity flows better over sample riffs. Yeah. Like a lot of times their music don't even be having bass lines. It's just like it's just a couple of guitar riffs that's just looping, and then they just flowing over that joint. I like that shit. And you just vibe over there, and you just like, man, that shit hard, man.
It's almost like, some of the albums like back in the day where the first song would be like that, and then they would hit you with some, some heavier stuff, the second, third, whatever. But like the first song would be like just like a little smooth little intro to, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Yeah. So yeah. I
miss sampling.
Yeah, that's joint hard.
I miss sampling.
Man, that's what P Rock. You got to check that out too, because P Rock talked about that on People's Party. He was like, man, sampling. It's like, man, like if you can get a sample clear now, you blessed to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the whole thing, right? Why people don't do it anymore, because people have taken the joy out of even using your music or whatever like that. But samples, man, especially when it's that soulful music sample and shit. Like I miss Fabulous soul tapes. Them joints.
Yeah. Oh man, the soul tapes, dude, so crazy. Oh my God, them soul tapes are so hot. They were so crazy. Them soul tapes are so crazy. No, and he talked about that. He was like, him and Hot Tech talk about that a lot. How the only way you could really get something, but they was always like P Rock was like, man, I used to go find them super obscure, like like record that somebody made in like Alabama in like 1945 that ain't nobody ever heard, that it's only like one copy of it or something like that. And he was like, you know, we had to also realize that paying respect to those people was them getting paid. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, not paying them so much or like going overboard, because you only, like in some of those songs, you only using like a guitar, or you only using like the choir sing, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, you know, that's what made hip hop was the fact that you could pull these different elements out of different songs and like flip it and just do a lot of different stuff with it. But now, like, man, you know, you gotta be, you gotta be Kanye, or you gotta be, Timbaland or somebody to get a sample cleared. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta pay $500,000 for this junk. You know what I'm saying? So, like now, man.
Well, I mean, you can still use the Andy jump for free.
Everybody you basically go and create your own. If you need to go in the studio and write some music paper and have people play it and do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah,
doing it yourself. I think that's where it's gonna go to.
Hard, though, man. It's too hard.
I think that's where it's going to now. I think that's where it's going to now, where you're just trying to make your own little samples or whatever.
Yeah. Because of course, like now, like all of the '90s rap is being sampled. You know what I'm saying? The '90s rap being sampled, which I think is dope too.
Yeah. This is the year where, like, I've had ideas where I've said, hey man, we need to start sampling our old shit, man.
Yeah.
It would be dope.
Yeah. What else you got, man?
That's it. Well, man, hey, it's expensive, man, out here.
Hey, bro, you ain't lying.
I'm trying
to stay at the house.
Nigga, I don't even know why anybody trying to convince you to leave the house. Like, gas is high.
I got 3 kids.
Gas is high.
That is hell.
I was listening to somebody talking about going to the movies.
Food,
the movies
everything.
Is high as fuck.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why the fuck are y'all going to the movies?
And nobody know that was gonna happen.
Nigga, if I'm paying $18 for one ticket to go to the movie, you might as well stay at home. $18 for one ticket.
You know what they gonna start doing though? They're gonna start opening the back door. Folks sneaking in them junks again.
My nigga.
They gonna start sneaking in the movies again.
Bruh, if you have spent money on a 65-inch TV, a 70-inch TV,
man, what?
A 80-inch TV,
I'm at
hell, even a 55-inch, you should not be spending $18 per person to go see Nan movie when HBO Max is still playing the joint at the same time.
Man, what I'm finna take that $18. I'm finna get some popcorn, some M&Ms.
Buy some movie butter.
Put some movie butter on that jet and some bottle of water. And we finna be straight.
Exactly. Shit.
And if I'm in the right place, at the right time, I ain't gotta go fight a smash, baby. I'm going. We moving that out the way. We finna go straight to the bedroom. You know
what I'm Nigga, we smashing on the couch. What the fuck is you saying? Hold this blanket right here just in case the kids walk in. Shit, don't play. Don't play. Man.
Oh boy.
It don't make no sense. I see people all the time, they gonna spend money on these big screen TVs but can't wait to go to the movies. Like, nigga, y'all are nuts.
Man, you got the movies at the house, bro. For real. You got a 75-inch TV, your movie at the house.
Hey, man, dude.
Forget that. I'm at the crib.
With the illumination in the background and shit, got the ambiance and shit. Like, nigga, you got the ambiance and experience at home. What the fuck are you doing? Like, man, shit. You just trying to get the family to COVID. All right, okay. All right. Let them go out there and take chances. Cool. When you could have just watched Wonder Woman or Mortal Kombat at the crib already. All right. Going to see movies you can watch at home. All right, cool. That makes a lot of sense. For real. Like, a lot of us, I put like this, bro. 80% of us know how to stream shit now. Right? Yep. Downloadable movies. We know how to do this now. Again, you're going to the movies for what? We've all learned how to adapt without the movie theater now. Why are we all going? You literally want to throw your money away.
Yeah, I'm not dropping no $18 for no ticket, man.
At all. Whatsoever.
That's probably half of the monthly fee it is to stream another 1,000 movies.
More.
I'm straight.
More.
I'm straight. Yeah,
so
I'm straight.
You paying $18 per person, and you finna drop off another $25 for some popcorn and a slushie.
I mean, I got to sneak. If I'm gonna pay 18, I got to sneak my food in, and I'm not sneaking in no Chick-fil-A. I'm sneaking in Rafferty's.
Man, that's gonna be one of them. Hey, baby, we fucking.
Hey, that's the judge. It ain't no question.
I ain't going to the movies.
Nah, it ain't no question. That's the jump when you say, "Hey, check this out." So you want to go to the movies, right? Oh, okay, cool. So what you want to eat? Like, oh, okay, cool. You want to eat that too? You're aware that it comes with penis, correct? You're aware that all that comes with penis. Pause. Like, you're aware that all that comes with penis. Like, no doubt, no question about it. Like. And not just one or two shots. We're talking about all night here. This is not
right.
Like, I'm finna.
Like, baby, all this comes with dick and butter. With dick sauce. You getting it all.
It's time for you to cut, bro. It's time for you to cut. This cut. Yeah.
Man, my nigga, this almost like $50. Oh boy. Hey, that's more than $50.
Butter, man. Oh man. I was finna say, dude, you talking about $67.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Nigga, what the fuck you think that song Truffle Butter was talking about?
I know it. I know that was what they were talking about.
Okay. Maybe I should have just said truffle butter.
Yeah, cause
the truffle butter.
I'm not even finna say. I'm not even finna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Go ahead, sir. We're already here now.
All right, sir. No, no, we're not. I'm not. We ain't there. We not even send me out. We ain't there. No, we aren't. Oh boy. Oh man. Another great show.
Indeed.
Show. Absolutely. And no, I'm not gonna go there. Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to everybody following us on social media.
The gas is too goddamn high.
Yeah, stay at the house. Stay at home.
Stay at home.
Stay at home till the prices go back down. Yeah,
stay at home. Hey, you know what? Real talk. Before we just wrap up, it is wise to stay at home. Niggas is shooting up your establishments where you go out and chill.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is safe at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay at
You
the
can't
crib,
even
man.
you can't even go out and chill and go to your favorite little restaurant. I was looking at social media. They had it was actually on the fucking news. They were talking about somebody was shooting up some restaurant called Prime, which is like one of these Prime. What is it?
Yeah. That was in Miami, wasn't it?
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
that
kind
was
of
in
like going to
Miami.
Capitol Grill out here.
Yeah, it was in Miami. Yep, that was in Miami. They did it in Miami.
It was a fucking shootout.
Yep, it was in Miami.
I was like, dude, this is fucking crazy. But
And,
even
what's his
here,
name?
these niggas is shooting out over here.
Yeah, you know, like I think it was once a rapper or something. I don't want to name the wrong name, but it was some rapper or something that decided he wanted to somebody snatched his jewelry or something at a place. It was either at a club or a lounge or a restaurant or something. And he decided he was gonna buck in the place. Like, I'm like, bro, like why you bucking it? Like, you not finna hit them. You know
right, you finna
like,
hit everybody else but him.
Yeah, you finna hit everybody else but them. Like, nah, bro, just go on, take the L. Okay, you got your chain snatched. Okay, all right, cool. Like, okay.
Cause it's not like you got Jason Statham aim or some shit.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. It ain't like you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Like, nah, man. Like, it ain't worth it, man. Like, it ain't. But some of these folks, man. I mean, and even like I'm seeing like OGs, because even Jay Prince talked about it. He was like, look, man, y'all need to stop. Like, this ain't being gangster. This ain't gangster at all.
This is
like y'all out here
silly.
shooting up.
This is
like like y'all shooting
like
up.
We were young and dumb. Like you know what? I understand being young, want to do silly shit, but this is on some this is on a whole nother level. I ain't never in the history of niggerdom have I gone to a certain side of town, wanted to act crazy, pull out the York and shoot up at people on that side of town. Like there's like a whole bunch of niggas going to Saddle Creek, pulling out the choppers and going to shoot up somebody over there by the Apple store. Word?
Yeah.
That's what we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know you finna get hemmed up over there.
And shoot somebody.
Right.
You know, it, regardless of how long it take, they gonna catch you. It ain't gonna be a question of if, it's gonna be a matter of when.
Nigga, you ain't even leaving that. You're not even leaving that lot. Niggas gonna help you up.
Nah, yeah. And even if you do get out of the lot, them cameras got you.
Right.
Them cameras gonna get you on the way out the lot. They're gonna get your tags. They're gonna get all of that. And they're gonna let you on the run just long enough so that the charges can pile up on you. Like, I don't get it.
All I say is this. And I'm gonna wrap up. People, we have been in the house this long. Stay in the house a little while longer. You know how niggas get, I ain't gonna say niggas, but you know how it gets when it get hot outside.
Mm-hmm.
People want to start acting crazy when it get hot. Hot tempers, everybody got a gun, Wild Wild West out in this joint.
Mm-hmm.
Stay at the house, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stay at the crib.
Stay at the house. 2 more months. 3 more months. Just sit at the crib and just watch the foolishness.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You got short tempers out here. People have right now, they are interacting like they are on Facebook. So you know how you quickly snap on somebody on Facebook real quick or whatever? Now they're snapping in real time with the York. Now they snapping I was just looking at a live or some video, 2 chicks fighting at the gas station. Chick just walked up to the chick. Chick just walked up to her, mollywopped her ass, and then they just fight. So yeah, man, get it and go, man. Don't stay around.
They want attention, bro. They want attention.
Just
Yep.
get it and go. Don't lollygag. Don't stay around. If you getting gas, just get that bitch and leave. If you going to the grocery store, pay attention to your surroundings and leave.
Agreed. I agree with that 100%.
Pay attention to your surroundings
Safe, y'all.
and leave. Be safe out in this junk, man. Keep your mask on and be mindful.
So,
Niggas got their mask on, they trying to touch you too.
yep, we ain't doing that either. We ain't doing that either. There ain't no touch.
No, I'm just saying, be mindful of niggas trying to touch you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So on that note, I am your host, Jason JWILLDOESTV. Always keeping your head on a swivel, my nigga. Cause right now you gotta keep your head on the swivel. I got my guy, Ivan the Grizzly, the Great. Finally with a new bucket hat. Nigga, why your fingers always look like dude from that Happy Gilmore? Hey, at the end of Happy Gilmore, that was the only finger that nigga had. Oh man. We are the Off on the Tangent podcast. And we are about this joint. Peace. M-Town.
Holla back.
Holla.
M-Town.